It's Week 15.
There's the former UCLA Blue, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway in the final game of a busy Sunday. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers, and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 67 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert. Don't jump early and give them free yardage.
They run once more with Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2nd down and 8. Now it's Richardson. Incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Richardson looking to throw this. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's open on every snap in this game.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up. And
shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Stroud. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And it's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Stroud will look to throw once more. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Richardson to throw. That complete to Downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the shotgun, Richardson. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Stiff-armed him. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Again, it's Taylor. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Stroud to throw it. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Now, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Texans football to start quarter two, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Stroud. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud working out of the gun. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Richardson working from the gun. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Stroud off the play fake. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. There's Pacheco headed right. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete. It's Collins.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite work it in. And now it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Richardson. That's complete. It's Adonai Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing now is Stroud. Flushed out right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with first and goal.
Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Richardson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Here goes Stroud again. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
A final shot before the half. Richardson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense and Nico Collins heading onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 69 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. That's complete to Dell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stroud escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Texans.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Play action. Here's Stroud. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Richardson looking to throw this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop. And
Taylor going to pick up the Colts' 1st down as he'll get this down to the 32. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. He'll get this one to Pittman. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal. It's a tackle made at the 10-yard line.
First down and goal to go.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Taylor again. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 4. Great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. 2nd and a couple. Play action. Stroud now. And that is incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Here's Stroud. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Stroud. And that will be incomplete. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kyle Fairbairn comes on from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's the loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Richardson out of the shotgun. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Richardson looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. And go in the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Here's Richardson to throw. That is caught, and he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. Now it's Richardson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, 28 yards. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Stroud to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. As Stroud now to throw.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Stroud looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Stroud out of the gun here. Got a man. It's Collins complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Houston.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be fourth down. The Texans send the punter out. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. Takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special play.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Richardson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. Now Richardson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up, were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And his throw is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Richardson. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 107 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Houston, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.